Okay, curlies, I am back for another week of my favorites. If you didn't watch last week's video, I encourage you. I will leave that linked above, and so go check that out. Last week I covered my favorite shampoos, conditioners, and deep conditioners. This week I'm going to cover my top 10 favorite stylers. But before I jump ahead, let me introduce myself. My name is Jody, and I try to post a video every Friday, so I'd love to have you join me every week. So now let's jump into what we're really here for. My favorite stylers. So in this grouping, I have leave-in conditioners and creams kind of together as one, and then I have gels and mousses or foams I have together. So some people don't consider a leave-in conditioner as a styler. For me, oftentimes it is kind of like a base to a styler. I will not usually use a leave-in conditioner and a curl cream. Actually, I can't ever remember doing that. I may have, but I can't remember doing it. It's just too much moisture for my hair, so I tend not to do that. And so I do include these leave-ins as my cream sometimes. So without further ado, let's just get into it. We're going to start with what I would usually start with in my styling routine, which would be the leave-in or the cream. I'm going to start with one of my favorite curl care lines, and that's the Hass Curl Care Curl Defining Cream. And I just love this cream. It is not too heavy for my hair, and it gives me the protein moisture balance that I need. And there is the hydrolyzed rice in here. I have said before in my previous video how my hair really likes that rice protein, and I just really like this, and the scent is great. So the next leave-in that I have it's actually called a lotion, and it's the Twist Weather Up lotion. And I was kind of surprised by this. I don't know. I guess I expected it to feel heavier for me, but it's not heavy at all. And I find that I can use a surprising amount of this. I don't go overboard, but I can use a surprising amount of this and still get great results. So I really like this lotion. The last cream or leave-in conditioner I have is actually the Curlsmith Multitasking Conditioner. And you can use, this is a good deep conditioner. I've not used it as a rinse out, but I am putting it in my favorites for the leave-in conditioner. And it's just a really good protein moisture balance once again. My hair loves the protein, and this gives it to me. And it's not too heavy for my hair, and I can still put my other stylers like creams or a mousse or foam if I want. The next category I have is gels, and those are the ones that I probably focus on the most. I love a gel, and my hair just responds really good to that. So I will start out with, we're going to keep it on the same theme, starting out with the Hass Curl Care, the Curl Shaping Jelly. Now I will say when I use the cream and the jelly, I've always used them paired together. I've never used like this jelly with a different cream or a leave-in. I just haven't. I should try that. But I do really like it. It gives me surprisingly good hold. It's not like a hard cast, but it's a long lasting hold. So the next one that I have is the Zoto's All About Curls High Definition Gel. It says this is a crunchless ultra hold, and I find that to be very true. I usually love a good crunch on my hair, a good cast that I can break out, but this doesn't really give me the cast, but it does give me a very good long lasting hold. I didn't have the best results with this wash day for my review, but if you check out my Instagram, I have several pictures, several posts with updates on using Zoto's curls, and I really like this because it lasts well. The next gel that I have is the Weedad Advanced Climate Control Heat and Humidity Stronghold Gel, and I really do like this. I picked this up because so many curlies recommended this, people that look like they had my curl texture, and so it does hold up very well. It helps keep the frizz at bay during the summer humidity, which is when I used it the most. I haven't used it so much here in the fall because I've just been trying other products, but I do really like this, especially for the summertime. And because it is more expensive, I also don't necessarily want to use it when I don't need to use it, when I don't have that humidity necessarily. And then the last gel that I have is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Lasting Definition Hard Hold Gel. Now, Curl Talk had a different gel, like a medium hold, that came out with the original Curl Talk line. This was recently added. I think it's still only available at Ulta stores and maybe on the Curl Talk website, but this is a really good hard hold gel, and it gives you a heck of a cast. It is a little thicker of a gel, so it's a little bit harder to disperse. You want to make sure your hair is pretty wet when you use it, but my hair lasts with this. And I don't get any flaking. I actually don't get any flaking with any of my gels. I don't know if my hair just isn't prone to that or what, but this is a good gel. I will say go sparingly on this. Less is more. Try less and then build your way up after experimenting with less. Okay, the last part of my stylers are the mousses and foams. I have 3 here. I will start out with, I guess, kind of the same line that I had before. Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Curl Activating Mousse. This is a great mousse. I love the body that it gives me. It does give me a little bit of extra hold, I feel like. And I usually put my mousses after my gels. I just find that's what works. Some people prefer to put their mousses and then their gels on top. I prefer to do my mousse at the end, and it still gives me good volume, and I like it. It's cheap, it's easily accessible. That's another plus. The next mousse that I like is, and you may be a little surprised about this because of my review I had earlier in the year, but it's the Cake, the Curl Whip. And this is it here. Now, this is very similar to me to the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk. It is maybe they're about the same as far as the drying aspect. They do give a little bit of a drying aspect, but that actually helps my hair because, like I said, my hair is easily over moisturized, especially on a wash day when I have had all that moisture and moisturizing ingredients in my hair. And then it usually takes a full day for my hair to kind of shrink back to its tighter curl pattern. And so I find that if I use a mousse at the end, my curls do tend to shrink up a little bit better, a little bit faster. But that is when I have a gel. And I believe in my review that I did of this earlier in the year, I did not have a gel that went with this line. And so that was probably a good part of my problem. But I do like this mousse. It is good. The last one I have is what I would call a foam. Actually, they call it a foam too. It's the Curlsmith from the Strength Recipe line, the Bouncy Strength Volume Foam. And I love this because if I ever need to add some extra strengthening ingredients in my styling routine, this is a good one to top it off with. It does give me volume and the extra strengthening that my curls need to keep their elasticity. And so I like it. It is a little bit more pricey, but it is very good. So there you have it. That's all of my stylers then. My top 10 favorite stylers. I have so many that I would love to include that I just had to cut it off somewhere. And maybe as my channel grows, as I try more products, maybe next year I can do like a top 10 gels, a top 10 creams and leave-ins, a top 10 mousses, you know, expand it a little bit more. But I thought for the size of my channel right now and the products that I have reviewed for you, this is probably a good place to start. All right, so I've reviewed really pretty much all these products before, except for like the Weedad Climate Control Gel, but I just gave you a little mini review and it is good. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts or comments if you've tried any of these products. What is your top favorite styler that you have to have? And leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about. Maybe I can try it out. Maybe it'll be my new favorite. And until I see you again next week, have a great day. Bye.